Good morning. It's Hot Seat. I'm Scott Mitchell, and I'm pleased to bring in a member of the House Financial Services Committee, the Honorable Frank Lucas, right here in Oklahoma, out in the 3rd District. Congressman, good to see you.
Oh, it's good to be with you again, Scott.
I saw your face quite a bit this week, the hearings on FTX, and I thought maybe it would be, there's not been a lot of coverage here in our state, but I wanted to work on first, why is this important to Oklahomans, not only for people that are investors, but also people that use banks, these non-banks that are impacting this so much. But let's just start with the FTX thing. You're having hearings on that, and I'm wondering, does it matter to Oklahomans?
Absolutely, Scott. You'd be surprised the number of people who've come forward to me who either had money invested in FTX or in other crypto enterprises who suddenly have now watched the value of all those collapse. Now, I'm not always that concerned in the same sense about the big institutional investors, the giant pension funds, because they have the best and the brightest attorneys to defend them. But when movie stars and athletes start pitching on the TV and the internet, things like crypto, they're snagging little investors, and there are little investors all over Oklahoma and the country who are going to be burned beyond belief by this. It came out in the hearing that while the bankruptcy firm has secured $1 trillion, there may, Scott, be 5 or 6 trillion that have not been or may not ever be accounted for. That's people's money that's gone away.
A lot of speculation about that. So the gentleman who is testifying in front of your committee the other day was also the bankruptcy person dealing with Enron. Do you see a lot of similarities in those two cases?
It ultimately will come out, but at this moment, it looks more like a Madoff kind of a thing, where a small group of individuals were able to persuade people to pile in on their proposed get-rich-quick scheme investment, and to pyramid it until the foundation collapsed. Enron and WorldCom, 20-some years ago, burnt many of my neighbors here in western Oklahoma and across the district and the country. We address those kind of issues. We'll address these kind of issues. But you know, Scott, what the real challenge is, and this goes back to the property boom and bubble of 2008 and 9 and the high-tech stock bubble of 2000, 2001, when these roller coasters take off and everybody starts to make money, it's hard from a legislative perspective to compel people to support you in restraining, in bringing structure to this, because as long as everyone's making money, hallelujah, let's ride the roller coaster. Well, every time we've had a roller coaster in my lifetime like this, like Enron and WorldCom, whereas our mothers and fathers used to say, if it's too good to be true, well, it's too good to be true. Well, every time there's something that's been too good to be true, it's collapsed and hurt people.
Final question. I'm running out of time really quickly, and thank you for being with us. But the question is, Republicans are taking over the House very soon. Your role in the Financial Industries Committee and things you'll be doing is in the next Congress in the majority.
Well, I'm the most senior Republican on the House Financial Services Committee. That's banking, stock exchanges, securities, all those sort of things. I'll be returning to the Ag Committee, and that's jurisdiction not just over the Farm Bill, but the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, all of the futures contracts and all the financial derivatives. The work we're going to need to do this spring requires cooperation between Ag and Financial Services, because we have to have a structure. People have to be able to know what's being offered to them, and they have to be able to make wise decisions. Otherwise, we're just going to have more Barry Madoffs than we're going to have more FTXs.
Congressman Lucas, thanks very much for your time. I know you're very busy. Appreciate you coming on.
Look forward to our next conversation, Scott.
All right. See this again at news9.com/yourvotecounts and follow me on Twitter @MitchellTalks.